My name's Duddy, I do builds and stuff. Today's video is about a Strand Hunter build with Whirling Maelstrom, Whirling Tangles, Beyblades, whatever you want to call them. We're going to make these go absolutely insane. We're going to add some massive damage to them, up to 350%, and weakening and volatile to these bad boys. We're going to be featuring the Whirling Maelstrom, like I said, Strand Tangles, the going to little Beyblades, absolutely crazy aspect. And we're going to be featuring the Yearning Echo gear set from the Grasp of Avarice dungeon. These will make your Strand Tangles, including Whirling Maelstrom, do 350% extra damage. What a joke. And I couldn't leave it at that. With Maligned Harvest, we're also going to apply Weakening and Volatile via another seasonal artifact perk with weapons like Wavesplitter. We're going to add that into the mix. We're also going to add Collective Obligation because weakens and volatiles as well. And Buried Bloodline. So a couple of different options for you. So in short, we're going to make our Whirling Maelstrom do 350% extra damage and weakening and volatile, guys. This build is crazy. It does so much damage. We'll also be taking a look at Exotic Chess Piece. This thing is crazy. You're going to be able to get double Beyblades with this thing, double Tangles, double Whirling Maelstroms, like so. The whole build just works perfectly. We're going to get Void Overshields as well, guys. Like, massive damage on these Whirling Maelstrom Beyblades. Really, really good. So, I'm going to leave this little clip playing out, and then I'll get on to the video. Applying Volatile and Weaken on top of this 350% extra damage you get from the gear set is truly a joke. It just clears rooms. Absolutely nuts. I hope that has piqued your interest. If so, stay with me because I'll begin to break the video down. So where we'll start is off with the gear set. The Yearning Echo 2-piece, Untold Greed, picking up ammo, orbs of power, elemental pickups, or destroy the Strand Tangle, grant stacks of Untold Greed. It slightly reduces damage taken and providing reload speed to equip weapons. And then while you have the stacks of Untold Greed, orbs of power, elemental pickups provide more of their respective energy, and Strand Tangles deal increased damage. When your shields are broke, you do a Fountain of Orbs. The Untold Greed stacks up to 100, but you don't need that. Once you get to 25 stacks, you get 15% DR. It's been disabled in Crucible, guys, because it was causing some absolute carnage. Like, I remember when that was, it was pretty bad, so it actually got nerfed in Crucible. But what happens is it makes your Tangles do a 350% extra damage, which is crazy, including Whirling Maelstrom, like I've mentioned. So all you got to do is just keep picking up orbs, picking up your Tangles, shooting your Tangles, and you're going to get them stacks building up. Obviously, we want to max out our damage in our Tangles via Whirling Maelstrom. Destroying a Tangle will weave a violent, writhing mass of strand fibers. It also unravels targets. So I think the popular name for them on Destiny 2 is Beyblades. I've never personally called them Beyblades. I've just called them Whirling Maelstrom. So you see the damage here. We're just going to do a little check with no Untold Greed at all. Hits for 155, and then it starts doing 13 damage. Now in the next clip, I'm going to have Untold stacks 25. I believe you only need about 15 anyway to get the max damage. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but you're going to see a damage increase now. So when I throw the Tangle, it's going to hit for 694, and then it starts doing the 58 damage. That's the 358% damage increase. Nuts. That is absolutely nuts. We've been asking for a long time to get Whirling Maelstrom to stack with Grenade stat, but with this gear set, 350% damage, really easy to do as well. You can create an infinite amount of Tangles on Strand subclasses, guys. Really, really good. And you just let them go and they'll just clear rooms. Now, there's a couple of exotics. I really like this one, the Moirai, or the Moirai, whatever you want to call it. Threaded Spike can bounce to Tangles, detonating them and returning immediately. Tangles detonated by Threaded Spike are rewoven, and you can actually retrieve them. Catches without a Tangle refund extra melee energy. So if you create a Tangle, which you can do quite often, if you hit them with the Threaded Spike, it's going to detonate that. And then if you catch your melee, you're going to get a Beyblade straight back in your hand. So you can double up, sometimes triple up these Whirling Maelstroms like so. So all of that extra damage, that 350% extra damage that you've seen, are going to double up on how many tangles you create. So I really like that chest piece, but there is other exotics you could pair, something like Fortune's Favour, something like that. You can also run Balance of Power, which I don't use because I don't run that correct aspect. Let's add a bit more to it with Volatile Marksman, Rapid Void Weapon, Precision Hits, and Rapid Void Final Blows. Grant volatile weapons to your volatile rounds to your void weapons. And then you've got Maligned Harvest. Rapidly applying volatile causes your next instance of void weapon damage to apply a weakening burst, and it also gives you a void overshield. So if you keep doing precision hits, you're going to get volatile and then weakening. So weapons like Wavesplitter with the catalyst as well, guys, it's going to give you attrition orbs. Very easy to do, loads of crits with that. Applying volatile and weaken via the seasonal artifact perks. And because we're running Wavesplitter, we may as well run Harsh Refraction, where you're going to apply volatile and weaken and get an extra 20% damage from Harsh Refraction on exotic trace rifles. So it actually makes that seasonal artifact perk there actually makes Wavesplitter really good anyway. But as you can see there, I'm going to start applying weakening and I get that void overshield. And of course, that weakening is a 15% debuff as well. So your tangles are going to do that 350% extra damage plus a bit of extra weakening. And we're going to have volatile popping off left, right, and centre. So this little clip here is going to work better in the Grandmaster because these enemies sort of die pretty quick, even though I've got it on the maximum difficulty. They just start popping off, like weakening volatile, as you can see there. You can see them volatile explosions, all that extra damage. It just works really nicely. There is other exotic weapons if you don't want to run Wavesplitter. Something like Collective Obligation, because you can leech, weaken, and volatile with this. Very easy to do with the seasonal artifact perks. It also has Repulsor Brace on the catalyst on this as well. So Collective Obligation is another option. And of course, Collective Obligation is a primary, so it's, like I said, just an option if you don't want to use a special energy weapon like Wavesplitter. And you can do the same, weaken, volatile. It's actually a little bit easier on Collective Obligation because of the seasonal artifact perks. You can always leech that volatile and weaken very easily. The only one you don't leech very often is the suppression, but the weakening and the volatile with your Maelstrom is good to go. Buried Bloodline is another one. This is an exotic sidearm. It will give you Devour if you get multiple kills with it. And then once Devour is active with this weapon, after you get a few kills, you can also weaken on hit as well. So there's just another option. Wavesplitter, Collective Obligation, Buried Bloodline, all work about the same. Get a couple of kills, get Devour active, and then once you got your Devour active, you start getting weakening. So it all works really nicely together, either way. Either weapon, sorry. So Wavesplitter, Collective Obligation, Buried Bloodline, Untold Greed, Volatile Weaken, loads of damage. You get the drift. I'm going to show it working in a -50, but first we'll just quickly go over the aspects. Obviously, very obviously, we've got more Whirling Maelstrom. Like I said, we know what that does. And I've also decided to go with Ensnaring Slam. You could also run Shredded Spectre, but I really like Ensnaring Slam because it gives you Woven Mail Suspends. And when you kill that suspended enemy, you're going to get a tangle right at your feet, right at your hands. So it works perfectly for me, getting that Woven Mail. I really like this aspect. Unraveling Orbs on the Seasonal Artifact pair to give you strand weapons and Unraveling Rounds. You've also got the things I mentioned as well earlier on about the Volatile. You've also got Elemental Siphon, Rapid Final Blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon that matches your super. Your strand will also generate an Elemental Pickup. That's another tangle to throw or destroy. You've also got Vile Weave. Targets hits by your tangles are severed, so they deal reduced damage. And then you've also got Hard Shuttle, damaging an unraveled target, which your Whirling Maelstrom will do. It unravels targets. That will spawn a Threadling, and then Threadlings sever targets. I also run a Threadling grenade on the build as well, just to keep that sever going. So, basically, get a kill that's strand debuffed, pick your Whirling Maelstrom up, or you can hit it with your melee from your chest piece and just throw it, and then you've got your weapons to apply that volatile and weakening on the fly. You can shoot the tangles or detonate the tangles with your melee, either one. If they're close to you, I tend to detonate them with my melee. If they're far away, I will literally just start shooting it with my weapon, like so. And once you've got your weakening going on your Collective Obligation, your Wavesplitter or your Buried Bloodline, he just starts clearing rooms and it looks cool as hell. So this little clip here, from throw it, that Whirling Maelstrom's going to pop off. I've activated my Void Leech on my on my Collective Obligation, and things are just popping off. Popping with a Volatile, all that weakening, and that Whirling Maelstrom is doing so much damage. It's literally destroying these -50 enemies. You can use it for single targets. Get your Wavesplitter out, apply the Volatile and the weakening, and that Whirling Maelstrom, as you can see, all the little 22s and 24s and 50 damage, that's the Whirling Maelstrom, all getting that extra damage. And like I said, with that Untold Greed, you don't need a massive stack of it. I believe it's like 15 or 20 stacks, and you're going to get the maximum damage on the Whirling Maelstrom. Really, really good. You've got your chest piece to double up your Whirling Maelstroms, like I said, and it just really, really helpful build. Just 3 kills, guys. 3 kills, basically. You got your Strand Super, which works incredibly well with this as well. Really good, because you're going to get even more super energy from orbs. Don't forget, that's a part of the gear set that I haven't focused on too much. Now look at that, guys. That is a tanky Arc Knight there. Just got absolutely rinsed by that Whirling Maelstrom. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. It's quite a weird sort of combination, Void and Strand, but it just works. I've been testing it for a couple of days. I haven't tested it in tonight's Grandmaster because I was at work last night, but I will give it a go in that. I'm sure it's going to work fine. This is all Sunless Cell gameplay, obviously, and just look at that, doubling up the Whirling Maelstroms. Just sit back and watch them do the business. Get your weakening on, really good. And then just this little clip here, just absolutely rinses them, guys. Really, really strong. Now, this little clip here is why I like the ensnaring slam so much, because you're going to have ads like spawning on you. You could just literally suspend them, get your woven mail going, and then if you kill them with your weapon, you're going to spawn of like a tangle right there, like right on your foot, that you can pick up or do with your melee on your chest piece. That's the reason why I like it. What I'll do is I will leave the aspects, fragments, and my gear stats on the left there. I will also leave my mods that I like to run. Obviously, you might want to change these up depending on what weapons and what Grandmaster you do or what Conquest you're doing. Tablet of Rune, that's all the mods I use on that. And then little clip here, 2, 3 Whirling Maelstroms. Crazy. That's why I like to run that exotic chest piece. Just having 3 of them, clearing everything out. Extra damage, like I said, just applying that Volatile and that weakening is super easy to do with them weapons mentioned. It will also work with other Void weapons as well, just standard Void weapons, but weapons like Wavesplitter and Collective Obligation just feel absolutely nuts. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll leave a dim link. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.